like to thank Ms. Ekta and the Sakal Group for inviting us for delivering this address. On behalf of Senior Institutes, I welcome you all. We have been given a topic related to Ved, Abhyantriki, Abhyas, Shikshanacha. Ved. So, you prefer in English or Marathi? Okay, English. Both of us will be presenting, and we'll have a thing like question answers. And maybe I request Markandeya sir to start, please.
Yes, sir. Let us think, you being in the field for more than 30 years, you are the principal.
Okay.
And I'm the student,
Okay.
aspiring engineering student.
Okay.
So let me begin with a question. What is engineering at all?
Okay, that's a very fundamental question. Most of the people, when they come around, ask this particular question. What is engineering? Engineering is basically, as per the dictionary part, it comes from the Latin word engineering. And engineering means something to design, something to create. And if you go as per the long definition, as in 3 years, you'll be finding that it is a science which is a combination of science, then mathematics, all these combinations together, and then you try and create the other one. But this is a very long and difficult definition. All of you yesterday might have heard Chetan Bhagat, and everybody has seen 3 years. And most of the time, we remember, say, maybe Amir Khan much better for his tricks and trades which he did in those 3 years part. So engineering is nothing but applying whatever you have studied in schools and bringing it to practical part. You might have remembered the scene related to use of electricity for giving somebody a shock. Correct? So that's direct application of engineering at that particular situation. And the second situation you might also remember in the 3 years part is using a vacuum cleaner to deliver. That's a very nice example as to how, based on whatever available resources are there and based on whatever situation is there, you are able to create or solve that particular problem. So whatever your lifestyle problems are there, in order to ease many things, we have engineering. Today I am speaking to you, you are able to listen to me. It's basically because we have this microphone which is designed by some or a group of engineers some time ago. You traveled all the way in over here, you are in this particular hall, it's because of some engineering person or a group of engineers who have worked on that. All the comforts which we are having today is because of the engineering efforts which are taken by people. Today we can see Sachin Tendulkar hitting a six at one go from any corner of the world is just because of engineering. So engineering is a branch wherein you can create things and you can see things happen. You can see a civil engineer build bridges, you can see a mechanical engineer make cars, you can see an aeronautical engineer or satellite engineer launching satellites. So in this particular manner you can have whatever you want, just have to have a thought process. And once that thought process is there, you are able to construct or create anything. I think so you should satisfy your requirement.
Should be. Shortest possible way, is it problem solving?
It is problem solving. Means you give a problem, you use whatever the resources are there, you use the knowledge you have gained, not only in the 4 years time but over a period of time, you'll be realizing that you can use this particular knowledge and solve that particular problem. So problem solving is one of the major areas which an engineer does.
Real-time problems.
Real-time problems. Although real-time problems can be solved by engineers. I think so that's satisfactory.
Yeah, very true. Natural query, why should I become an engineer?
Okay. I should become an engineer for 2-3 reasons. One is that I should have something to create. I just skipped some of the slides. there's some sort of, maybe to elaborate much further, we have, say, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, which is there. So civil engineering, if you take into consideration, we have roads and the other parts which are created. Then you have bridges, all these parts which are there. This normally is in civil engineering part. The broad sense, we have mechanical engineering, which you create whatever the things with mechanical engineering related to maybe some bulldozers, automotives, machines, all robotics part, everything would come in there. And some pictures which are there is just, I'll just pull on. But to come back to your question, I will have to elaborate many things. So these are some areas which we have seen, but we'll come to each of them later. But I'm just trying to scan the slide which Professor Markanday has asked. What was your question?
Who should become an engineer?
Who should become an engineer?
Yeah.
Now, if you see all these slides, you'll be realizing that there are many things which you can. And it is.
The one thing I know that you should be good in mathematics, and everybody is scared of mathematics, isn't it? You should be good in mathematics.
Mathematics, unless and until you are good at mathematics and science, I won't say you can't become an engineer. You will definitely become an engineer if you are weak in mathematics. But mathematics forms a basic, fundamental tool. Why mathematics is required is, I think so most of you might have studied something of matrices in school, or maybe multiplication or division in school. Multiplying 2 by 2 is much easier, it's 4. Maybe multiplying 8 by 9 is simple. But if I have to multiply 1899 by 3828 and I want that answer immediately, for that I will require some sort of mathematical jugglery to be done. And that may be with the use of computers, with the use of the other features. It is very, very easy for us to get on. So if I want to travel from Earth to Moon, then whatever intrinsic calculations which are there, I have to go to the precise location. For that I will require mathematics. So if at all I am good at mathematics, I will be able to solve problems much quicker, faster. But don't worry, if you are weak in mathematics, then also you can catch on with engineering. But only thing is you have to define that problem. Get hold of a mathematician and tell him to solve it. Once you get hold of a mathematician and get your problem solved, then you can go to your goal which you have defined. And maybe the moment you have an interesting problem defined, you form a pool of people. And once you form a pool of people to solve that particular problem, and that team solves that particular problem, then it turns out to be engineering. Recent example is of Nano. Maybe Ratanji Tata said that you require a car which is in 1 lakh. That was the statement which was given by him. But was it possible? Many people told him that it is impossible. It cannot be done. But our engineers sat along, did some lot of work, and today we have more than 54 patents for just one car which has been made and developed in India. So it's not that we cannot do it. We can do it.
Sir, we should be proud of that it is designed by a person from Pune, engineer from Pune.
And we are happy that it has been designed by a person from Pune. And they have put in a lot of work. We had a...
So Girish Bagh is very much Pune. Yeah, from Pune.
I think so. You're a marketer, sir. You would know him very well. So you can elaborate further.
And I know the kind of efforts he has put. And at the same time, let me take you little back.
Okay.
I'm very sorry for that. But you displayed just mechanical, civil, and electrical, and then you talked of electronics and computer. But I see nowadays that everything is getting into each other. Mechanical engineer needs bit of computers, electronics engineer should know bit of mechanical engineering. And there's a term which I read nowadays a lot, ICT. What is ICT, sir?
Information Communication Technology.
That's what I
ICT.
keep on hearing. And
Okay.
that is something which is taking over. So, though you mentioned 4 branches, I think everybody should have the knowledge of information technology. Everybody should know little about what is happening about communication in the area of communication.
Right.
And at the same time, if you are taking up mechanical engineering, you should know mechanical engineering very well so that you can solve the problems in that area also. That's what I feel. So again, come back to the query. You talked about mathematics.
Okay. I think so you're
And
catching
what is
me or
another?
bringing me on the track again and again. Thank you very much. As a professor, normally we always change tracks and move faster the moment we get a topic on. So naturally, there is somebody to bring me on track. Thank you very much for bringing me on track. Basically, one question which normally people come and ask me, especially those who want to take admission in engineering. So if I get admission in mechanical engineering, that will be very fine. I try and convince them that by today, mechanical engineering is there maybe at a top notch. Why don't you take information technology? Maybe over a period of time it will go on. And maybe for the last 20 years we have been into this. The moment we tell them information technology, they say they don't have demand. But after 4 years, when information technology has demand, they say that okay, information technology has been very good. But that never happens. Engineering as such is not divided into different branches. For convenience sake, we have the branches in civil engineering, computer engineering, mechanical, IT, or part. It depends on the person's interest. And for an engineer, he or she requires inputs from all these sides. So in engineering, we have about 40 subjects, which are just fundamental subjects. You don't become a full-fledged engineer the moment you pass out BE. You just get a slight understanding of the fundamental subjects which are there, which puts you on a track wherein you can learn or maybe apply that knowledge elsewhere. So from that point of view, engineering, whether it's mechanical, civil, computer, IT, or the way you said ICT, whatever it be there, unless and until your fundamentals are clear, unless and until you are good at whatever the basics are there, then only whatever problem is there, you know where and how to apply that particular problem and whom to approach to get that problem solved.
So there's nothing like top branch and there's nothing like...
there is nothing like a top branch. Means always there is some sort of rush which is there. Today it's there for mechanical engineering. 4 years back it was for electronics and telecommunication. Maybe 10 years back it was just for computer engineering. Before that, during our days, it was only for civil engineering. But always you'll be finding that each one has its own phase for a time. But today's scenario is a civil engineer has to know much about computers. Mechanical engineer also has to know much about civil engineering. Similarly, electronics and telecommunication engineer, if he is not able to position satellites and not able to know GPS, is of no use. So part of civil engineering, if he is not knowing, he is of no use at all. So from that point of view, all the branches are important. Only thing which I again and again tell you is you have to have an inner desire. You might remember the way maybe Amir Khan said in 3 Idiots, passion, my dear passion. Unless and until you have passion in yourself to work and solve that particular problem, then only it will be possible for you to get into engineering. And that is the core part of it. So what we teach, maybe what we see in 4 years' time, we make you fail. And if you are able to fail and stand up again, then that's the learning process which has happened. So engineering, to some extent, sees that you get an opportunity to fail, and once you fail, if you are able to stand on your own feet, then automatically you will become a best engineer.
So you said mathematics and science. You should be good in mathematics and science. Secondly, you said there should be passion for engineering.
Correct.
But I know there's a talk nowadays that you should be good at communication skills. What about that? What about that? Is that necessary for an engineer?
Again, Sriramji, that's one of the best questions which are there. Our people, engineers, whatever we have experienced, they are very, very good at design. They are very, very good at maybe solving problems. But if you tell them how to present it to somebody else, at that time they shy out. They don't come forward. they are very much afraid. They are afraid that if at all I present in this particular fashion, I'm going to fail. But that never happens. What lacks is the communication skill, whether he is able to present yourself properly or whether you are going to answer the queries which are raised properly. If you are able to do that, then you have achieved the major part. Sometimes I have a talk with my management students who are there in the other part. At that time they say that if we have made something for costing 1 rupee, and if I give it to a management student and to tell him that this is a product which I have made for 1 rupee, the management student says, yes sir, very fine, very nice, give it to me, I will do something. After some days he will come back and tell me, sir, I am selling this product for 10 rupees. My product cost is 1 rupee. The management man goes outside and maybe with a very goody talk and very nice presentation skills and a very good ability to convince somebody else, he sells that for 10 rupees. If at all we have engineers have good communication skill, they also can earn much better from the product or design which they try and create.
And finally, how do I become an engineer?
How do you become an engineer? Slog, slog and slog. That's the only thing which you can become an engineer. Basically, getting into engineering is a lot of work which you have to do, study part which is there, and lot of creativity work and the passion for doing it. The best part is getting to any institute which is there. Today, on the government of Maharashtra, we have more than 1,000 institutes which are already in part. You can join any one of these institutes and get the basic degrees or basic requirement or skill sets for engineering. Nowadays, I was telling about the engineering part and how the computer technology is coming into picture. And maybe after our lecture, maybe if we is boring you for some time, we have Ankit Padia who will be coming on. The best example is he himself. He had passion for doing something which is different, something which is above whatever is needed. And from that point of view, he studied how we can hack different sites. Now from ethical hacking side, means why we are going into ethical hacking is basically somebody else if is trying to steal our things, we can know whether our site is foolproof. So internet is becoming part and parcel of our life. So whatever we put on internet, somebody may just rob it from one end and the other part. And today's teaching learning process is not just restricted to the classrooms. Classroom phases are just going or phasing out. We don't require to go down to classrooms because you'll be seeing the same teacher again and again. But from other point of view, if you see on internet, and if I type, say, parallelogram law, I'll be having about 20 lectures which are available on parallelogram law, one better than the other. So whatever I have to study on parallelogram law, it's already readily available on the net. I can see that part, I can see it on mobile phone, I can see it on my tablet, I can see it on my PC, or maybe on the TV which has an internet connection. So internet, what it has done is it has encompassed the whole world. And whatever information you want, you Google it and you get it at the moment itself. So if I am hungry with some topic which is needed, I immediately get information from all the experts all around the world. Remember that all this information may or may not be authentic. So whether it's authentic or not will totally depend on who has done it. If you see in engineering, we have NPTEL lectures which are there given by professors in IIT. There are some institutes who already have posted their own lectures. Then automatically you'll be finding that the core material which is required is already available with you in great detail. So in other words, you may say that I need not go to class or I need not go to the college. Why should I go to the college? Friends, you have to go to the college not for just attending lectures. You have to go to the college for forming a team, for solving a particular problem, for designing a particular problem and coming down. Because most of the things you cannot get on internet. You can get things on internet just one-to-one. You can get part of knowledge on internet by just one-to-one. But once you get down to the college, you form a team, and then you work on that particular problem, you will be realizing that you can have n number of difficulties, and to solve those n number of difficulties, you require a team and some sort of a mentor or a teacher. Now, if at all you are able to get the queries there and there itself, then your coming down to the institute is going to be fruitful. So from that point of view, if things are available on net, they are fine to gain knowledge. But if you want to physically come and do something, then the institutions are the best. I suppose you are.
Yeah, very.
Point is clear.
Thank you very much. So let us conclude what we are also, because we are representing Siagat Technical.
Okay, I think so. You would be the best person to get on.
And perhaps you may come down to that slide which shows the website of Siagat Technical Education Society. And just for your information, you can write to us at engineering@siagat.edu. Feel free to ask any questions. We have 8 engineering colleges in and around Pune, plus 2 outside Pune. One is at Sholapur and one is at Pandharpur. Vadgaon, Ambegaon, we have 3 engineering colleges. Kondwa, there's one which Dr. Kharath heads. I head the college at Ambegaon. Then Nare, Varze, Lodawala, each location, which is prime location in Pune, offers you engineering graduate as well as postgraduate programs. Even we have some PhD programs also at Siagat College of Engineering. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody.
If any questions are there, you may just pose them.
What is your advice to the students, those who are lagging in engineering, those who are lagging by 1 year, 2 years, because of some problems, personal problems or some health problems?
Okay. My advice is don't give up. Don't give up engineering. That's one. You may lag around for some time. The reasons may be different. But don't at any moment of time give up engineering. In fact, that reminds me of a very interesting case which I had in my career. One of student of mine who's already passed out, she had come to me. In the first year, she did a very good job. Means first semester, she has been very nice. Somehow, because of the fundamental subjects, she could clear the first semester. But second semester, there are 2 subjects which normally people are afraid of. One is engineering mechanics.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. You are telling about 2 down.
Okay.
But let me tell you, this is not a story. I remember one student, 2001, 5 subjects down, semester 1. Appeared for 10 subjects altogether, semester 2. And came out successfully. I still remember him. He remembers me.
Can we please clap for that student? Because it really takes guts to do that.
Okay.
So don't give it up, that's what you said.
Okay.
Yeah, anything.
So basically then there was some sort of fear which was there. Means as you said, somebody is ill, that's why.
It's possible, that's what I said.
Right.
It's not that difficult.
So somebody is ill, so she gives up.
Yeah.
Somebody's parents are not able to afford, so he gives up. Sometimes there are conditions which say that you should give up. So that is one part. Then that student of mine had come to me, along with her mother and maybe father. And they said that we would like to strike her name from the college. She is going to pursue other than engineering courses. I just said, okay, that's fine. Well, if you want to change courses, it's up to you, and you can go ahead. Then I asked her a very, very simple question as to why you want to leave this particular course. And the thing said that I don't have a specific reason, but I'm afraid of those 2 subjects which are there, maybe engineering mechanics and mathematics. And the third one was also engineering graphics. And that's why I am afraid that I cleared the first semester, but I am afraid whether I will be able to clear the second semester. I said, what are you afraid of? She said, I am afraid of failing in that particular subject. My career has been very good. I have got 90% in, say, 12th. And I cannot digest failure. and I'm already in tension that I won't be able to do it. I said, that's it. Basically, if you are not able to digest failure, then it's very easy to give up. But when you have attempted that and then failed, then you can give up. But if you are not attempted it and now only leaving the thing or running away from the field, then there's no point in discussing. Best is, whatever you want to study, you study first. Attempt all the questions which are related to that particular subject. If you have difficulties, get hold of all my teachers which are there. If you are not able to solve them, come down to me. I'll see that my teachers would sit along with you, maybe till you get the problem solved. And once your fear is gone, then solving problems is the main thing which we do in engineering. And engineering mechanics or mathematics or engineering graphics is nothing but solving problems. Solving day-to-day problems which are there. If you are able to solve these problems in a very nice manner, the next 3 years you can just slide on very, very easily and get through engineering.
Very true.
And today, what she did was, she listened to that. Ultimately, her father said that you have done a very good job, you have relieved me, otherwise she was after me and trying day and night so that you should take me out of the college. But today she is one of the topmost engineers, in one of the best industry. But sometimes she calls me and tells me, sir, because of your saying of 1.5, say 20 minutes time, it was possible for me not to give up. And today anything comes forward, I am not ready to give up unless and until I am very sure that this is the dead end of it, and beyond that I cannot work. So whatever tasks have been assigned to me, I have successfully handled them. If I am not able to handle, I catch hold of other people, get my problem solved. Once my problem is solved, I am very, very lucky enough to get to the best of the world. So engineering is nothing but solving problems. And if you are able to solve these problems, you can do well in the engineering aspect. I hope that will satisfy you.
Sir, I remember yesterday we had with us Mr. Chetan Bhagat, who is an IITian from Delhi,
Right.
who also said the same thing, that if you he was giving a lecture on success, on how to succeed, how to achieve big things. He said the same thing what you just said. It is just that कि वो चेतन भगत है, इसलिए शायद लोग उनकी बात ज़्यादा मानते हैं. But it is the same thing कि if you want to do something, you have to do it, and then you will succeed because you so much want to do it. अगर आपका दिल कहता है कि आपको वो चीज़ करनी है, तो वो अपने आप उसमें succeed कर ही जाते हैं. There is nothing that can stop you.
That's it. That's
Right. Thank you very much. I didn't hear him yesterday. Luckily, I think so. You have already added on. Thank you.
So we have one more question.
Sir, is there any impact of year down on campus interview? Campus selection?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
I'll answer it in a different fashion. There is impact from getting into jobs. Because nowadays companies say that you require continuous first class throughout. Means the selection criteria is that you should have consistent first class from semester 1 to semester 8. If you have continuous first class, that's one major part. So that is for selection into a particular company. But there are some companies which do not have this particular criteria. You are failed in maybe second year, third year, and still you are good at communication skills, you are good at managerial skills. There are people who have been selected and given a very, very high package compared to those who have got higher first classes or the other part. So don't worry about whether you are going to get failed. Because of failure, you are not going to get a particular job. Worry about learning the skill set in a very nice manner. Once you have learned your skill sets in a nice manner, then whatever come what may, I'll again quote 3 Idiots. Whatever your passion is there inside, just go and face that interview and tell how successful you are. Don't talk about your failures. Don't talk about your, say, losses which are there. Talk about whatever successes you have made. And when you speak about successes, then it's very, very natural for anybody to get on, because employers need people who have energy. Employers need people who can solve problems, and they, at a moment of time, they never see or never ask at how many times you have failed in a particular course. Once you have made a name for yourself, nobody asks about it. And that, remember one thing, you are not studying for getting jobs. Jobs is a byproduct. As engineers, one of the major aims of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was also there. Once we have more number of engineers, an engineer can employ minimum of 20 people. Once they become entrepreneurs, automatically they can employ more than 20 people. And you have examples for that. So don't think that you have failed so you cannot do or you cannot get a job. You can be a good entrepreneur. You can be a good consultant. And you can deliver things for others. So you can, instead of getting into somebody else's job, you can create your own jobs and make people get into it. That's most of the people have done it and they have been successful. So from that point of view, don't worry about failure, study hard and get to things. Anything else?
Any more questions? Please raise your hands.
So my question to you is like a very common question to every engineer is what should we do after engineering? That there are many diverse options available like GRE, GRE, MBA, ME, MTech. What should we focus on and what's your opinion on it? Thank you.
Yes, you can take up continue technical education, get MS, MTech, ME, whatever you would like to. And if you have liking for MBA, if you want to step into that, you choose that. And the time when you start progressing through your undergraduate program, I think you will start developing your views also. It would be little too early to commit on anything that I will choose this only. So you'll develop your ideas and maybe you discuss and talk with many people. You'll get the feeling that yes, this is my path.
Okay, I will just add on something to it.
Yeah.
Basically, the way you, in the initial stage after 12, which branch to choose. The way I told you, it's mechanical, civil, electrical, all of them are same. But it all depends on what, the way he said, what area is your skill set good at. In 4 years' time, you realize that you are good at designs. If you are at the moment good at design, doing good sorts of mathematics, solving problems, getting those things in proper format, then I advise you to go in for post-graduation in engineering. If you are good at organizational skills, getting people to work and getting things done, then maybe you would get on with some sort of a management course and get on further. Basically, engineering, we teach you analytical ability. What is analytical ability? Means seeing the problem, analyzing what things are positive, negative, what things to choose on, and how to solve the problem, taking into consideration all those issues into picture. Once you have realized, means in these 4 years, you get that particular training as to how you can do those things. Once you have realized what your potential is, then as sir rightly said, harness your potential the way you want. If you want to go in for any foreign university, you can go in over there, give GRE TOEFL, get on with those online courses which are there, see what the things are outside, and then get on at those particular part. There are people who have studied nicely in core engineering because, as you might, most of you may be knowing, India is one of the best destinations for undergraduate studies. One of the best destinations in the world for undergraduate studies. So most of the universities are now having their shops in India, not because they want more students, because they realize that whatever best education which is there at undergraduate level is available in India itself. So very good infrastructure and material is available for undergraduate studies. As far as postgraduate studies are there, if you have passion to do something in postgraduates, we also have these postgraduate studies in India, and we also have, if somebody wants to go somewhere else, then automatically you can go somewhere else and get into postgraduate studies out. So from that point of view, anywhere where your mind thinks that you should be there, just go ahead and the way would open up automatically. Only thing is, thought process has to be there. Just have a thought that I want to go to maybe US for pursuing my postgraduate studies. You'll get to know what is GRE, what is TOEFL, which are the best universities, how to go in over there, and easily you can just slide or glide at that particular place.
Yeah. Our time is up.
Okay.
Time is there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, all of you, for patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was really great of you to come over here and enlighten the students on this. Thank you.